Before he became Cliff Clavin, John Ratzenberger held a number of jobs, including that of struggling comedian. He spent 10 years doing shows in Europe, an existence that wasn't always easy.
My first 2 years, I lived in an abandoned building and called a squat in London. I was a squatter. I had to make my own stove. I had a 30-gallon oil drum that I emptied and cleaned out, and I made a wood-burning stove out of it. Raised rabbits in the backyard for food. Boy, I don't take anything for granted. When I'm on a set now, Cheers or otherwise, and some actor says, boy, oh, they want us to work another half an hour. Like, oh, come on. I mean, this is a piece of cake. It's not loading cement bags on the railroad cars.
He has appeared in numerous films, from Gandhi to The Empire Strikes Back. Working with big-name filmmakers enabled Ratzenberger to pick up the skills that have made him an accomplished director of TV shows and commercials.
I was so naive, I didn't know you're not supposed to go up to John Schlesinger or Richard Attenborough and say, well, why do you use that kind of lens? Or how come those guys... But they were so gracious and kind, they'd always take time to say, well, this is why we're doing that, and that's what this is called. And so after doing 22 films like that, I learned a heck of a lot about movie making.
Over the years, Cheers has poked more than a little fun at the U.S. Postal Service. But as Ratzenberger has found out, the men and women in blue don't carry grudges.
To the postal carriers, I'm like the John Wayne. You know, the guy in the trenches, the icon. I get a lot of letters from the foot soldiers of the post office, usually complaining about the management and how difficult they are.
The married father of two is recognized wherever he goes, which sometimes can lead to awkward situations.
People watch a lot of television, and immediately you are the character. Hey, Cliffy, how's it going? Hey, Cliff, where's Norm? And how do you answer that? Well, he's waiting for me in the car. I don't, he's home in his garage. How do you answer that, really, when, your mind is on reality of going shopping and picking up food or whatever, and then someone hits you with that, and now I have to pretend to be Cliff in a supermarket. And, so sometimes I say, well, TV's make-believe. This is real. So,
was there much pressure on you to do a spin-off of the Cliff Clavin character?
No, there wasn't a lot of pressure. There's talk now of a movie, possible film, but it's just at a rumor stage. I didn't want to do a TV show with Cliff in it because it would have been held under too much of a microscope, and if it wasn't Cheers quality, then, well, it would go down the tubes. That was my fear, and I don't think it's fair to the character to try him out in another venue.
What do you think, Cliffy?
No, Sammy, it's getting late. I gotta fly. I gotta do some lint sculptures.
Oh.